Yes, this is it. This is for the 938 South 17th. If you'll see, this is in a different court. This is Jack F. Bakley, Deutsche Bank National Trust. Annette Scott, this gives her address, 938 South 17th, and Charles Scott. This is in front of Judge Colger, which I like him. I've dealt with him. He's been fair with me. But this, it shows that he filed an appearance, and they go on down. Files a notice of change of address. So they end up losing the house at this point, which is when Rachel was living at the 422 Randolph Street. This is a 938 South 17th that is tied to Rachel's address via the undisclosed land contract. It's not only undisclosed, there's a lot of discrepancies in it. It could be that the mineral rights and the surface rights belong to Pamela White, and Pamela White, Judge Horn represented her right before he became a judge, and he gave her address as West End Bank. We already know West End Bank and Paul Stickle and Kathy Puckett were all involved in fraud, but the only one arrested was Kathy Puckett. And I already know, talking to Neil Freeman, an FBI agent who handled the case back in 2008 through 2010, that he told me, he said, I felt really bad. Only the girl got in trouble. I wanted to get Mr. Stickle because what he did was fraud, and what you had that he did is fraud, but that he couldn't move on it. So here we've got officials in government and in the FBI that are being stopped from moving. Why would that be? Well, this shows the case is filed, of course, I say, in Judge Colger's court, and he handled it. If you go down, you'll see that they get a judgment on this. But let's look, because this is how they do it. That's part of the redocket case, and I have the redocket, shadow docket that this would go with. And here, there's Jack F. Blakely again with Doyle and Friedmeier, Deutsche National, as trustee for Carrington. This is Judge Horn's courtroom, D02, District 2, Circuit Court 2. It gives Annette's address, Charles. They come in. They file these appearances. This is the one that's tied to the 422 Randolph Street. And then they file for 710, a file motion for voluntary dismissal, order of dismissal. It is ordered that this cause is dismissed without prejudice. Why? Because they're going to redock it under the 422 Randolph Street. It's the same exact case, and if you'll look here, it overlaps by approximately 1 month. It says it's over with or disposed of 7/14/2008. 6/19/2008 is where they filed the same exact motion, so they got a month overlap. It doesn't list them as trustee here, however. And it goes on down and does all this, and then it says that they're going to file a notice of change of address. So let's go back up here to, let's go down here. This is the one. This is the 422 Randolph Street. Now you'll notice that the address is not listed here. You'll also notice that Betty Cross, William and Betty Cross, the probate ran through a special Hagerstown court. But this 2717 Northwest B, see the quotations? There's a special reason for that. That leads to Center City, Richmond, which is right in front of Abstract's title of Richmond. Sailor Street, which is a monument street. Sailor Street, they have Sailor Street Investments. Of course, the county and city attorney are housed and involved with Abstract's title of Richmond, and it's hooked on to U.S. Bank, the foreclosing bank that came against Rachel, the one that took a loan that they knew was false, and I can prove it in the beginning. They came in and took what they wanted to, and the judge was told. He said in Rachel's case, nobody understands your case. Well, I don't know why he wouldn't. It's his shadow docket. What doesn't he understand about it? He understood. He just didn't want to admit he understood. It was his shadow docket that was put back into the discovery sent registered mail.